You know, I've got to say, I am disturbed by the current rhetoric around the COVID-19 illness. Government and the media are preaching that the only way to stop the spread of the virus is to wear a mask. I'm Teresa Schley Valenzuela, speaker, teacher, author, medium, psychic, and I'm here to communicate information that I have channeled from my guides. And today, the message is around how we're being preached to about this illness, COVID-19. So it's clear from what we know so far, what we've heard so far, that people with co-morbidities have a better chance of contracting COVID-19 illness. So co-morbidities like type 2 diabetes, which is the type of diabetes that that can be changed with diet, and the other comorbidity is obesity, and there are other comorbidities as well. So what I find really interesting about this is that most people are looking to the government and, to the media, because that's how we access the government, for instructions on what are we supposed to do to keep from getting this virus. Everybody knows that people with comorbidities are more likely to get the virus, and yet there's no government mandate telling us to, number one, strengthen our immune system, which can be done through herbs, and number two, to be very careful about our diet, because our diet is our first, our frontline defense against illness. And they already know that people who have severe illnesses from overeating or eating the wrong foods are more likely to get this disease. So what are they doing? They're not even mentioning stop eating sugar, stop drinking alcohol, stop eating junk food. Why is that? Because there would be an absolute revolution if the government told people how they should be eating. Yet at the same time, we're willing to be told that we have to wear a mask, we should be staying inside, we shouldn't gather with large groups of people, when these are the things that help us stay healthy. Humans are social creatures. We need interactions with others in order for us to be psychologically, spiritually, emotionally, and yes, physically healthy. And yet, the government is telling us to stop doing these things and to wear a mask, which prevents us from communicating properly to each other. And I don't know about you, but that really affects me deeply on a mental and emotional basis when I can't even really communicate with the person that I'm talking to because half of their face is covered up. People are feeling edgy, irritated, violent, depressed from all these guidelines. Yet the things that could cause us to feel better, keep us healthy, and keep us from getting the diet, the government isn't talking about. What they're doing is they're treating us like we're victims of this virus that's going to hop on us. It can hop almost 6 feet, and it's going to hop on you, and there's nothing at all you can do about it. The only thing you can do is wear a mask and stop being around other human beings. I just find that completely insane. Now, you may be really upset about what I just said, but the point is there's tons of scientific evidence out there that proves that the mind can affect the body. So instead of the government saying, hey, let's stay out of fear, let's think positively, let's focus our brain on healing our body, let's continue to know that our brain has ultimate healing potential. We're not being told any of that. What we're being told is basically to hide in fear, in total fear, until someone gives us a vaccine so we can sit there passively and have something injected into us that's going to save us from all these scary viruses that are jumping around. Personally, I think it's criminal. Now, I have a belief system that I do not use my body for sickness. I have held this belief system for decades. Why? Because I have empirical evidence throughout my life that the only time I ever get sick is when I am stressed for a long time, when I'm not eating right, and when I'm constipated. So that means if I'm constipated, I'm full of shit. and full of toxins. And that combined with stress, those conditions have to be there in order for me to get sick. I do not get sick otherwise. Now, you can have the same belief that I do. It's available to all of us. It is our birthright. Ancient people, if you go far back enough, had a belief system that they were creators of their universe. And we have been taught that we're victims. And that is what's keeping us sick and keeping us in trouble and keeping us in fear. And fear is a huge stressor. And what does stress do? Stress contributes to disease. Do you see how we're on this feedback cycle of negativity and ill health that's being pushed by the government and by the media? We're not being taught to empower ourselves, and it's putting us in a very dangerous position. Now, this mindset that I have, that I do not use my body for sickness and my mind can heal my body, I've worked on over the years. But you have access to the same information that I do and that I did. All you have to do is Google some research. How does the mind affect the body? How can people overcome illness using their mind? Now, there are 2 tools of many that I can recommend to you today. One of the tools is a Paraliminal, which is like a hypnosis tape kind of, from a company called Learning Strategies, founded by someone named Paul Sheely. So I'll leave a link in the description area. There's one of the, he puts out all kinds of different CDs that are, empowering CDs that are basically work with your unconscious mind. It is your unconscious mind that is responsible for protecting the body. So any time that you're shifting your state of health, in other words, you're shifting the state of your body through your mind, you're working with your unconscious mind, not your conscious mind. Okay, so there's a particular one of his products is called Perfect Health, and I've been listening to that on a daily basis for almost 13 years. And I tell you, I don't get sick. So that's one tool that you can dive into. It's very affordable. I also recommend Deepak Chopra's work, and one book in particular, it's called Quantum Healing. It goes into detail about how the mind affects the body. And these are, you can find these resources. They're very easy to find, but I will put links in the description to them. So think about what I said. Stop watching the news on a daily basis. Stop assuming that the government has the answers, because it doesn't. Consider that you're being manipulated. Consider that you're not getting all the information. Think of the ways that you can start empowering your health from this moment forward. You do not have to be in fear that the virus or something is going to jump on you. You do not have to isolate yourself completely. Sure, wash your hands, wear a mask when you go in the store. You can do those things in addition to believing that you do not use your body for sickness. You only use your body for health. If that's the one thing that you can do, is affirm on the regular, I use my body for health. I no longer use my body for sickness. I refuse to use my body for sickness. My body doesn't need to be used for sickness. My body's only used for health. It's over and over and over again. Pray and meditate every day. Stay out of fear. And I'm telling you, it will make a huge difference. Thank you for listening. I appreciate connecting with you. Again, this information is channeled from my guides, from the light, and I've been given the message to bring it to you. If you are enjoying this content, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'm doing my best to get a video out every week. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions. Good luck, feel good, trust yourself, know that you can use your body for health alone.